Hi, I'm CJ Altenburg with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. So this morning we've got a used pin trailer. So if you're in the market for a 10-pin trailer, we've got one. These trailers usually don't come available very often. A lot of times people can sell these trailers themselves privately. They've got a friend, a family member that might be looking for something like this, so they can sell them very easily. But every once in a while we do get them in on trade. This one actually got traded on a brand new Cimarron 10-pin as well. But this is a 2021 Exiss Exhibitor, again a 10-pin. But we'll walk you through this trailer. In our used units, when we bring them in, for instance, this one here, it's a non-living quarters trailer. We put it through our chassis shop. In our living quarters used trailers, it goes through the chassis shop and our household shop. But this one here will just go through our building on this side. Again, chassis side of it, they'll go through it, they'll check lights, they'll check brakes, they'll check bearings, they'll realign every trailer. We go through and do everything. Safety is automatic, but then what we try to do is in our reconditioning program, we try to get them as ready and available for you to just go and enjoy the trailer. That way you're not having to deal with other issues on the trailer. And this one's a 21, but on this one, for instance, I know that we did new brakes on this trailer. So we looked at the pads, they were under 25% life left on them. We said, hey, let's just go ahead and do it. So we went ahead and put new brakes on this trailer. But let's walk you through some of the options on this one. With an Exiss, your all aluminum construction. Underneath the gooseneck, they went with a single leg, manual crank jack. To the left is your spare tire. It is an aluminum that will match the others on this. But underneath here, I'll show you, and I'll show you when we get into the tack room, but underneath this gooseneck area here is a 30 amp plug-in. So this trailer has got some power on it. So you'll need an external power source or a portable generator, but I'll show you some of the features that you can actually use that power for on this trailer here. So on this one, in this setup here, this is the 7-foot wide option. It has this 6-foot front tack room on it. You also have a step as you come in. Again, we understand, you know, and the manufacturers understand that, you know, you're going to be traveling a lot of times with younger kids, so that's a pretty big step. We're also going to be hauling a lot of stuff in and out of these tack rooms. So by having those steps on these trailers, we incorporate that on all of our Cimarrons as well. But believe me, it makes a world of difference. But in here you have a 6-foot front tack room. Nothing crazy up in the nose. You've got your carpet on the deck, carpet on the drop wall. You can kind of see the rubber on the floor. But more importantly, up here in this gooseneck area is that 30 amp breaker. So, like I showed you that plug down below, you plug into that. Now you've got your breaker here. You've got an outlet in here, so you can, you know, maybe charge a phone, just do some little items like that. You've got the ability to hang some clothes up here. These bigger tack rooms have become more popular. Years ago we used to do a 4-footer, then it kind of went to a 5, and everyone's kind of gone to about a 6-foot, and then even bigger on our custom builds. Now on the partition wall, you see the rods, a whole stack of rods here. That way you can hang some feeders if you want, just hang other items like that, but mainly you're going to end up hanging your feeders on this. Right here, then you're going to be able to go through a pass-through door into the stall area itself, which is awesome. So if you're preparing feed, you're showing off of this trailer, it's really nice to be able to move between the tack room and the actual stall area. And then you see this little box over here in the corner, that's for your whips. That way you can store them kind of out of your way. They just slide in there. They're also handy because they're right inside this door as well. So again, if you're showing off this trailer, it's really easy to just open up that pass-through door, grab what you need, and then go to the ring. Now in this setup here, they've got the escape door towards the front. So at the very first stall here, they also have the extra gate over the opening. We again do that a lot on our Cimarrons, just for the reason of when you go to open this, or if you're showing off this, you want to leave this door open, you know, you don't have the ability for animals to hop in and out. It's not like you're having to kind of squeeze in by opening that door. You've actually got that gate there to kind of protect and keep them isolated. And then you've also got your load lights as well. So you see it directly above this opening here, shoots straight down, but you've got some light throughout this trailer. Now this one here is the bus window setup. So I've got a few of the bus windows down. It also has the lower air slat with the aluminum fold down. So those fold down. We've all kind of gone to that. I know we do that on our new Cimarrons as well, just because, you know, instead of having a plexiglass where, you know, you have to open up those air gaps, you're gonna have to pull that plexiglass out each time and then put it back in. These are so much simpler, so much more convenient, just from the standpoint of if you leave in the morning. I mean, this morning we're below freezing here in Colorado, but we will warm up. So if you leave the house with it all closed up, and as the day gets, you know, warmer, instead of having to stop and pull out that plexiglass, it's real simple and real quick to just jump out, fold those down, lock them into place. They've got these little springs that actually lock when you go up and then when you go down to secure them. But that way you've got a lower air gap, and that's important because on these type of trailers, we understand that you will be dragging, you know, more than likely hogs, lambs, goats, smaller animals. That air getting down low to them is really important. But then again, you've got the bus windows up top, so you can either drop them how they are, create more airflow. A cross breeze makes a big difference in these stall areas. If you want to kind of manipulate it, you can shut these and then open up the actual sliders, so you can actually kind of control how much airflow you're actually getting in the stall area with these type of setups. Rubber torsion axles. Those are the aluminum wheels. Again, that spare is going to match those. Electric brakes on this setup here. And then as we work to the back of the trailer, I've kind of got the doors somewhat open. I've got the one over here on driver's side completely held back, and then this one on passenger side kind of flared out. And the reason why is I wanted to show you because these have wraparound hinges. We do this on our Cimarrons as well because a lot of times if you do a welded hinge, your door is going to stop right there. If you're showing off of these trailers, you know, a lot of times we try to cram as many trailers as we can. Maybe you're in a big arena. You know, now you have to space everything out. You're wasting space. They want you to be tight together. So now you're having to work around these doors when you're moving projects between them and again showing off the trailer. So these wraparounds really allow it to get to the side of the trailer, and then you've got the ability to not have to mess with these doors. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the hold back there so it's out of the way. But as you can see, you can actually work between trailers very easily, and you're not having to work around those doors. Rear ramp. So this folds up over those back doors there, and then you get into, like I mentioned, a 10-pin setup here. So these are adjustable pins. So we can go from 50-50 to 60-40. Maybe you want to go to, as projects get a little bit bigger or you want a little bit bigger pins, you can shrink these over into an alleyway over here on the right-hand side, so over on passenger side. So as you can see, I've got some open. These back two are at 50-50. The next one here is at a 60-40, then a 50-50, then a 60-40. So you can manipulate these sizes all you want and do different setups as far as that's concerned. But that way you do have the alleyway, or then you can split these very easily. They went ahead on this one here. This is a line and insulate package on the roof. Really important. We're big believers in the insulation. Our Cimarrons actually come standard with the insulated roof, and we understand the value and the importance of how much cooler it keeps these stall areas for our animals, keeping them nice and cool. But this one here definitely has that. You've got your two-way roof vents as well. So like I was mentioning, lower air gaps, drop, you know, bus windows, insulated roof, and then these air gaps up, or roof vents up top. We can really manipulate the airflow throughout this trailer. As you get into the winter months, since they're two-way, you can actually open them to allow, as body temperatures, you know, start to heat up in here, maybe create a little condensation if you have it sealed up. You know, as that heat rises, you can actually open it to release out the trailer, and out it goes. So we're not actually grabbing that air, forcing it down on the animals, we're getting it out of the actual stall area here. The other thing, because that 30 amp breaker package we showed you, you're going to have some outlets. You're going to have 3 of them in this stall area. So they're on the top rail over here on driver's side, spaced evenly, one at the front, one at the rear, and then one here at the middle. So you've got this rod here in the middle. You can hang some fans, hang some heaters. You can do a lot of different things in here. Just again, if you're showing off of it or traveling, the ability to go ahead and have those type of options is fantastic. And believe me, it saves you a lot of time, a lot of money if you have this already on the trailer when it's built rather than after the fact. The other thing when we're looking at this floor in here, what's tricky about pin systems and dealing with rubber mats is, you know, especially hogs will get underneath them, root them up, then you're having to deal with that. But also when you pull them out to clean this trailer, you know, there's so many different pieces. It's like a puzzle when you go to put it back in, and it's really hard to get mats back in to fit them correctly how they were originally. So a lot of times, you know, you'll see a lot of customers that'll run with just bedding with no rubber mats in it, or they'll go with some type of a flooring like this. This is their Easy Care flooring here. So it's a porous rubber floor, so you don't have to pull mats up. It will allow the liquid to go out the bottom of the trailer. They've drilled holes, you know, spaced them out throughout the floor length here to allow that actual liquid, that urine, to actually get out of the trailer itself. But we're a fan of this type of flooring or worm flooring, or again, not running rubber mats, just keeping it as aluminum floor in these type of setups. Just again, because, you know, it gets a little bit trickier to actually use them themselves. They've got holdbacks on these gates. So again, making it just, you know, as user-friendly as possible, so you're not having to hold gates open. I mean, we're tipped over here towards the driver's side. You know, the ability to hold things open where you're not having to hold it with your hand and trying to get a project in and out of this trailer is definitely a nice feature. Another load light here at the back on this. And then there are lights throughout. Exiss runs a strip lighting, an LED, so it runs that entire length of the stall area. So again, plenty of light coverage throughout the trailer. And then over here on passenger side, there's a good look at all those bus windows drop down. You see the lower air gap folded down as well. So again, you can create a lot of airflow throughout this trailer. And this one here is their brandy wine color is what they call it, kind of like a maroon. They've got some different color options there, but that's how this one here is set up. But again, we do not get these very often, and it's hard to find, you know, really well cared for and in good shape used trailers like this. Again, we've put it through our shop so we can kind of go over what we did to the trailer, you know, with you, showing you some of those repairs. But if you are interested in this one, I'm going to give you the stock number on it for reference. Again, it's a 2021 Exiss Exhibitor 726. So again, 7 foot wide, 6 foot front tack, and a 10 pin. It is 5U221535. We do take trade-ins. That's how we got this trailer here on the lot today. Financing's available, and delivery is an option as well. So give us a call. Anybody on our sales team can help you out. Our number is 303-684-3400. We appreciate you tuning in. Have a good day.